everybody. My name is Anshi, if you didn't already know, and I'm here to talk about some of the amazing and outstanding things about Regent. But before I get into that, I would like to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about myself.
My name is Gaynor Dale, and I'm the principal at Regent International School. And as Anshi has already mentioned, it is a place of magic. It's a place of fun and magic, and there are many aspects of our provision that we feel really characterises the experience for the children here at Regent, and that makes it really special. So Anshi spoke about applied innovations. We really weave plentiful opportunities into our curriculum to ensure that children have the opportunities to be innovative, to be entrepreneurial, and to think outside of the box. We really encourage children to be risk takers, and the more we can do that within the curriculum, the better. But we also have a lot of extracurricular opportunities for that to happen as well, through various ECAs that we hold after school. We have a big focus on the performing arts, and as Anshi has already mentioned there, she has been a star in the shows, and we hold an annual musical each year that allows children who are gifted and talented and who just have a particular passion for the arts to be involved in either the singing, the dancing or the drama aspect of those particular extravaganzas. But we also have other opportunities throughout the year to ensure that children who are passionate about the arts can actually show off their skills and talents. We have a very fantastic sporting programme which allows children to be part of squads and developmental teams in football, in rounders, in basketball, netball, a whole host of fantastic sporting tournaments that we get involved in across Dubai. And each year we tend to get a little bit higher up in the ranks as we improve year on year via our fantastic team of sport teachers and PE teachers. Positive education obviously underpins everything that we do. So it's a shame that you can't walk around the school right now, because that's really where you see the positivity of Regent shining through. And I always say to parents that you really have to come into the building and see the children, speak with the teachers, speak with the kids, to really see how our positive education programme rubs off on the vibe and the ethos within the school building. So every interaction that we have with each other within the school, teacher to teacher, teacher to children, senior leaders, principal to children, it's all, we embrace positivity. Anshi, is there anything else that you think that you would like to add to that, or that you want to reflect on in terms of what I've spoken about there? I'll be honest, when I do our school tours in school, sometimes it's the senior leaders doing the tours. The best ones are when the year 6 children are showing you around the school, because you get to hear from the horse's mouth, truthfully, the very best aspects of our schools, and indeed the areas we're still developing. We're always very honest about that as well. So it's a shame that you can't get that opportunity. But I would, Anshi, like to give you the opportunity to say anything that you think I've missed, or that you want to advocate in terms of what I've said.
I think you definitely covered most of the things about Regent, but I would just like to say something about positive education. It's really a big thing about Regent, and we all know, and we like to make sure everybody knows that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to not be down sometimes. But we always say that it'll turn around. You will be okay eventually. And that's the kind of mindset we like to put into all of this students. And I think that's very important to say.
I totally agree with you. I'm going to scroll down, but I think that's the last of my questions. Oh, no, there are more. Sorry. One sec. Okay, got that one. Okay, so the fees in secondary are going to be extremely good value for money compared to other secondary schools in the area and around Dubai, especially as we are a very good school and well established within that very good judgment. the fees are looking to be in the region of 55,000, which is significantly less than other very good schools in Dubai. So a value offering, and certainly the promise that children will be building upon the fantastic experience that they would have had in the primary section. Know how do you conduct your hands-on activities during live sessions, because I know it's difficult to incorporate, especially for younger children. So how do you conduct your hands-on activities during live sessions? So with the hands-on activities during live sessions, that's a difficult one to answer, because it depends if you're talking about EYFS or whether you're talking about the older children. In EYFS, typically, the teacher will create videos and do some live teaching, which will allow parents and the adult that's supporting the children to have a real good handle on what needs to happen next. The teacher will then take whatever activity has taken place, the teacher will then take video clips and screenshots and photos of the outcomes of the learning and be able to give feedback to the small children, which is then either worked upon again, or it is taken as part of the evidence of the learning and the outcomes and achievement of those children. And that's done via Seesaw. So it is a platform that's very interactive, and you can post all kinds of pictures and videos and interact through messages with the parents. So it's very flexible, very interactive, and really collaborative. So it's not a difficult thing to achieve. The thing that's important and most crucial is the fact that the teacher is clear on what needs to be done, the parents very clear on how those activities need to take place, and that the teacher then gives feedback and supports the child to know how well they have done in that activity. With the older children with OneNote, Anshi, I'm going to pass this over to you. Would you like to explain exactly how you use Microsoft Teams and OneNote, incredibly powerful platform, which I think has developed learning beyond our wildest dreams, really, in this period? So really, I've got Anshi here that can answer this from first-hand experience, just exactly how your learning is incorporated into this virtual world.
So basically, during our lesson, we have a live meeting with the teacher that just explains what we're doing this lesson, our objective, and shows us where to do our work and what to do. Then after we leave the meeting, we go on to OneNote and we do our work, and the teacher can see our work individually, and then she can assess it. She can tell if we're doing well in that subject or if we're not doing well in that subject. And OneNote is so advanced that the teachers don't have to spend hours searching for the thing, and we don't have to spend hours searching for the right page to work in. So our work is easy to do and effective, and the apps are effective. And Teams is really great because you can direct message your teacher if you need help with anything, and it's just a really great way that I'm really thankful that we have OneNote and Teams, because it's really helpful during this tough time. And I think that these two apps are really useful for us, and it's great because we have so many things, and we can even see our schedules and calendars in the Teams and OneNote apps. So I think it's a really great platform, and I think it is amazing to use during this time.
So just a couple more questions that I'm going to be answering. One is about the signature programs at Regent. So I've already touched upon some of the things that make our school really special and that are very integral at this point in time to our provision, and that's around the performing arts, and that's around the sporting pathways as well as the applied innovations and the STEAM curriculum. There are a number of other programs that we are developing. And certainly with the introduction of secondary, we've got great opportunities to involve the older children in signature programs such as the mini MBA entrepreneurship program. So we're hoping that we'll be able to offer the children the opportunity to have an accredited MBA. So the children will learn about the business aspects of the various projects that they're involved in, and we hope to get involvement from the University of Birmingham within Dubai to help the children and to guide the practitioners and the teachers to offer children a strand to the project-based learning which allows them to understand the business side of the projects a little bit better. So that's what we're hoping to develop into next year. We are hoping to develop a Think and Thrive speaker series. So with that's about teaching the children how to speak out in a forum and to hear stories of people in the world of entrepreneurialism that have really been successful, and to be able to articulate to our children exactly the journey that they've been on, and the challenges that they've faced in building up their own businesses. We think that's really important, that the children are exposed to these kinds of role models so that they can see the challenges, but also the confidence that comes with being able to talk about these particular ventures that people are part of. And Dubai is an absolutely amazing place for being able to expose children to all kinds of different businesses, small local businesses, large corporate businesses that children perhaps don't even really know exist. And it's important for children to see that in their own environment, in their own context, that there are people who have been really, really successful through applying all of the character strengths that we teach children about from FS1. So it just puts the learning into context, really, and allows the children that extra strand of understanding that everything we teach them leads to great and brilliant things. We want to develop children's understanding of the environment and sustainability. So we're developing a program which will allow children to be involved in projects linked to environmental awareness, conservation, sustainability, and it's something that is definitely apparent in our primary curriculum, and we've had children in the past coming up with great projects and great initiatives in the primary school to save on waste and to be a little bit more environmentally aware. I think when you were in year 5, actually, Anshi, was yours the year group where you guys came up with that great idea where you used plastic water bottles to create bins that the children then used? So you weren't wasting the water bottles because you were using them for a purpose that was even more sustainable, because the bins were used to create rubbish which was then recycled. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Yep, and in year 5, Mr. Rasul's class, they did a STEAM project where they thought about sustainability and environmental things and what's happening in the world with all the plastic in the ocean. So they thought, because a lot of the teachers are using plastic water bottles to drink their water bottles, maybe they could make a little trash bin made out of plastic water bottles, so that the teachers, after using the water bottles, could put them in, and then we can use them for projects. Like, for example, we used it in one of our assemblies, and we used them to build props for the musicals, and that was just a really big part, and we found that really helpful during what's happening in the environment and sustainability. So that's what we did, and we also tried to encourage other year groups and teachers to recycle and reduce and reuse.
Thank you so much, Anshi. And it's that kind of learning that we want to build upon and ensure that it's understood and represented right across the entire school. And there's a compliment here for you, Anshi. So I'm going to read this out for you. And somebody has said, may I just compliment your students on her poise and presentation. Such a pleasure to watch and hear. And that makes me proud, because I'm always talking about how amazing the pupils are at Regent International School, and I think what you've done today is you have very beautifully and accurately reflected not just how confident our children are, but how passionate the children are about the very unique and magical provision that we offer you all at Regent. So thank you, Anshi, and well done.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed the presentation today. I hope I've answered your questions well. And my thanks again to Anshi for supporting this morning and being the real star of the show.